This is something of an experiment. It is 5:20, almost 5:17 p.m. The sun is supposed to set in 2 minutes. And what I'm trying to do is to see how far I can see this in the distance. And I'm going to launch. First of all, I've got so many things holding on in my hands here. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to launch. As you can see, I have the strobe lights on. I'm going to go about 100 feet out and then 400 feet up, and I'm going to see how far I can see it. So let me pull ahead here. All right, that's I don't even know if I can see it on the camera anymore, but okay, what I'm going to do is just fly it a little bit higher. Okay, I actually can't see it in the camera anymore, so I'm just going to turn that off. I have not yet learned how to overlay one video on top of the other. So this is the view from the drone. As it was launched, as it's flying out over the field, I didn't realize that the camera could actually see the strobe light, so my experiment failed. Anyway, I got up in the air, this is at 400 feet. I've turned to the left to look at Dogtown Road and George's Mess and the sunset. And it's setting right on time at 19 minutes after the hour. So what I wanted to do was to take advantage of the light so that I could actually see, the launch and whatnot. And the automatic exposure is doing a good job of making up for the darkness. I was getting all sorts of exposure warnings saying it was too dark to run any video, but obviously that was wrong. So I looked for objects on the horizon that would be landmarks, because basically what I could see on the monitor was just dark, except for a few flashes of light reflecting in ponds that were left by the rain. Incidentally, Ohio has received an all-time record for the year in rainfall. But out there on the horizon to the north is the factory farm, the pig farm, with their big white roofs. So I headed for that, thinking like, okay, for sure I know where I am. I can see the ground. I even though obviously I couldn't see the drone by this time, I'm way beyond the ability to see the strobe at this point. But I could see on my monitor those roofs. So I'm just turning to the left. That's Noble Grimes Road with the two horse and buggy turns, the 90-degree turns there. And facing a little bit more left, there we go. That will be the direction of the farm. And I did not put it in return to home. I am flying manually at this point. That middle section there of brown, that's the demarcation of the property. On the other side of that is the long rows that extend all the way from Dogtown Road to Noble Grimes Road, and that's why they call them the long rows, because they go all the way between those two roads. So I've edited out quite a bit here, and I'm headed back to the farm. I'm still at 400 feet. I took off from directly in front of the barn, and still getting, even though the sun is down, I'm still getting a little bit of light, so I can see that's Matt's house there on the right. Turning over, that's George's Triangle. And now I'm landing. And what I want to see now is how much illumination I get from the strobe lights itself. Next time I do this, I'll probably just do it with the strobe being not flashing, just being constant. So right now you can see the flash, and I let it land by itself and it missed the target. I think the reason for that is that it was simply too dark for it to get a photographic image of where it took off. So here's the landing, and I thank you for watching.